you're trying to get guys the football that you know can hopefully score and make plays. And you know, when you're down some guys, it's not always easy to manufacture throws and catches and yards. And some guys stepped up, made some plays, but at the end of the day, it's about our guy, and I'm going to try to get that kid the ball as many times as possible.
And now that it's over, how difficult is it actually to run an offense where there's one receiver out there that's going to get 75% of their targets? And what does it say about what he did on that last drive?
It's just a credit to the kid, and he's so easy to deal with every single day. He's so fun to deal with and coach every single day. So he allows all this stuff to work because he's so smart, he's so attention to detail oriented that you're allowed to do things with him that you might not be able to do with the average college kid. And he allows that to happen, which is just so easy to work with.
Speaking of guys who kind of get hit, keep getting back up, Will, I think that was the most he's been sacked all season.
I know. I was worried about it going in, you know, with some of the injuries we had up front, and some of their strengths are up front, you know, and I probably early on some of the shots that we took, I mean, they were max pro. It wasn't like we were sitting there releasing and just, you know, having 5 guys block their 4. We were max pro, but 97's a heck of a player. I mean, he's a tough player anywhere. And they do a good job getting after the quarterback. And I probably could have protected some guys and been a little bit more patient early on in some of the shots that we did take, got sacked on, but we had a few of them wide open too that we just didn't connect because we couldn't get it off. So credit to them, but our guys protected when they needed to. And that 2-minute drill, I mean, we stunk in 2-minute all year. First half, end of game, we've stunk. And then when it mattered most, we made plays, and it was the end of the day.
Florida told us that there's something about being in kind of a do or die situation.
Yeah, I think that helped a little bit, honestly. It helped me as a play caller, I'll be honest, because it's just, you're not trying to work for 3, you're not trying to play this, you're not trying to play that. It's like, let's just go score and try to get the ball into our best players' hands. And sometimes when you keep it simple, good things happen. And just, it's about players, not plays. And the guys executed. We protected when we needed to. The kid delivered throws, and our best player made plays. And then the C-Rod is a freak.
Sorry, but it seemed to be like that over the last month of the season and today included, Will got a lot better with his decision making.
Yeah, he did.
Is that where can he improve most from now? You know, so he's coming back from now to next year.
That, and you know, just the short and intermediate accuracy, especially on the in breakers. You know, in breakers, accuracy on those things. And to me, the step he'll take will be spring ball, training camp of just hearing this whole offense again and again and again. And what I told him when we talked about was like, you should be running this offense like without thinking in the fall. And I think that'll help him from a decision-making standpoint, as it probably has this last half of the season, with him getting more and more comfortable with the calls, the defenses, where to go with the football versus different looks. You know, the one pick that he threw, that wasn't on him. That's, you know, 3rd and 10. They zeroed us, give him credit. Yeah, he threw it to where it had to go, and the kid made a good play. We didn't run a great route, and it was 0 blitz. The kid, you know, that's man-to-man. We're running a comeback. Sometimes that's tough, and he delivered when it was necessary.
Did Will actually make the wrong read on the last play? He told us that.
Yeah, he should have kept the ball. I mean, Chris got hit right in the teeth, and it was what we call power read. So we're running power, but the back's running across, so he can either give it to Chris or himself run power up the pipe. And the end was up the field. He gives it to Chris. Chris gets hit in the teeth and just bounces off. And you saw the look in Chris's eyes all day. And it was a game of attrition where we had a lot of yards lost in sacks. But if you look at our yards and just running, the ball was solid against them. I mean, not a lot of people have rushed for over 100 against those guys. And it's just that kid played out of his mind today. I was really happy for him.
Wandell said that Chris is the best player in the SEC. Chris said the same thing about Wandell. What does it mean to you to have two guys like that?
Yeah, it's cool. I mean, to have 2 guys being the top 2 of rushing and receiving in this league is not easy to do. And but those statistics, in my opinion, are player oriented. You know, those are good players. And yeah, it's our job to get them the ball, but we're not the ones running it. We're not the ones, you know, catching it and making those plays. And those guys did that today. Specifically, those 2 players really stepped up in a game that we needed to, and it's really nice to see them both give each other that credit.
You said he probably didn't need to come play today.
Yeah.
But message your mouth water. The idea of Wandell maybe if he were to.
Oh man, He can do whatever he wants if he comes back, man. I mean, you know, I'm really happy for the kid. I mean, what an unbelievable person to be around on a day-to-day basis. And whatever he chooses to do, I'll fully support him because he's done enough for Kentucky this year.
The epitome of a star player, but the other people knew.
Yeah.
You got to go to him.
Yeah, I don't understand. You know, if I'm doubling him every, you know, in known passing situations, I'm going to double him. I mean, why not? Why not double him? And it ended up doing that. I was worried a little bit concerned going into it that we would get him some double because they played a lot of two-man, so it fit what they do for them to just double him in some instances, and they didn't do that. They did a good job on third downs of kind of comboing him at some instances, but on, you know, normal downs is really where he probably made his hay today.
Does that bode well for his future?
It does.
Like a lot of the guys in the league, you know.
I mean, it's actually easier at times in the NFL to run routes because you can't get hands-on after 5 yards. You know, so a lot of times, you know, throwing the football in the NFL at times, even though the DBs are better, it's like 7-on because they can't reroute, they can't get hands-on. The windows are tighter at times, absolutely, but sometimes throwing the football in the NFL is a little bit easier because you can't get hands-on. They can't be grabbing and pulling. You can't do any of that stuff because it's a penalty right away. So a lot of times throwing it sometimes is easier. Appreciate you guys.